Not sure why you're tagging VR for this. Twitch. Alright. So, let's begin. When we last left off, we... Oh, here we go. We took out some Nazis. The U-Bahn ride home feels especially comforting today. The Berlin chapter of the Humanist Media Club has suffered a terrible blow, and you're the one who dealt it. Volker Stahl's plan to incite a wave of bloody violence upon Berlin has been derailed. I read this over last time. Alright. Report in after that last mission. I didn't bring you on that one, so I can't really talk about how it went. There's Dietrich. Hello, Pooch. Dietrich. You came through for me, boss. You ever need anything from me, anything at all, you can call on me. I'll come running. Basically, I completed my loyalty mission. Alexander holding up. He's a good kid, that nephew of mine. Give him some time and he'll shake Stahl's programming. Might even take him a while. He'll just alive here in the cruise bazaar. In the meantime, we found a good home for him. Samuel's agreed to take him in. Samuel's cool, but Samuel's employees might give him some crap. Best thing the kid will be learned through immersion. You see, the Samuel group will have no choice but to interact with metahumans. Soon enough, they'll learn they're no different than anyone else. The first few days will be rough, no question, but if we'll make it through, we'll come out the other side a better man for it. Yeah, he seemed tough kid. You're the man, boss. I was telling you back when he climbed into the van. Dragon Slayer had been happy, yeah. That's right, thanks to our, let's not mince words, heroic actions back in the swine pit, the Dragon Slayer seen fit to grant me his favor. I know what that means, but I can do with it. Listening? Well, it seems to grant me a new ability. Namely, this. You got just at the ground near his feet. Namely, this. As you watch, the spot that Dietrich is pointing up against the below lens of spores spread out in a scintillating web, and a feeling of raw power suffuses your body. I've told about channeling myself into the Dragon Slayer. The power that you feel is his power, pouring through the ether and into that spot. If you're familiar with the ley lines, it's the same basic concept. I consecrate a patch of ground. As long as I stand in the spot, all my magic gets stronger. Not bad, huh? That isn't bad. Basically, from mechanical terms, it's an ability where you can just trigger it, and it creates a ley line nexus where he's standing, boosting all his magic spells. That is nice. Pretty good, ain't it? Ain't heard of a shaman who do something like this. We must have really made an impression. Anyway, boss, I'll keep fiddling with this, learn to properly control it. And it's sure that you've got things to do as well. You take care of whatever needs doing, and by the next round I'll be ready to use this. Then there's Miss Patacon saying hello, headbutting the microphone as is her wont. You too, boss. Let's talk to Iger. How are you doing? Thoughts on the last run? As you approach, Iger turns to face you. Her rifle has been field stripped and is lying in pieces on a sheet of butcher paper. Arranged in a neat row along the edge of the paper are bottles of copper solvent, bore cleaner, and lighter fluid. Our fearless leader returns. What do you need? Let's last run. After all the moral ambiguity we've been wading through, hitting humanities was incredibly satisfying. They had planned, it just makes my blood boil just thinking about it. The thought of Stahl lying dead on the ground brings a smile on my face. I hope he enjoys rotting in hell. With the CSK. Not in the habit of sharing war stories that people never served. To be a war story, but even come running with. Alright, Count Zero, you win. I owe everything to my time with the CSC, from my street name on down, so what you want to know and we'll see where this goes. How'd you get your street name? Back when I was in basic training, a fellow recruit made a vulgar joke at my expense. He said he reminded him of the north face of the Eiger in the Bernese Alps. Huge and beautiful, but dangerous to climb. His tone left little doubt as to what sort of climbing he had in mind. He was trying to proposition me in a clumsy way, poking me in front of the other recruits to try and provoke a reaction. Anyway, he got one. I broke 3 of his ribs and the name stunk. Served him right. He was being a dick. You might actually mean that, but then again, you might be trying to get on a good side. Honestly, yeah, anyone using a line that bad deserves to get smacked around a bit. That's a bad line. For once, we're in complete agreement, but there's more to it than that. Some of the idiot made his little joke as a foregone conclusion of a self nicknamed Eiger. The only choice in the matter was whether it happened under his terms or under mine. If I had broken the twit's ribs, the word Eiger would have meant a difficult sexual contest to a whole barracks full of recruits. That's what I've been to them from that point on. My own accomplishments be damned. Thanks to what I did, my new name meant the troll who doesn't take shit from no one instead. It's a name I'm proud to go by. I've hung on to it ever since. Word of advice to Count Zero. If anyone puts me in the position he put me in. If he demeans you in front of your unit, or sorry, if anyone ever puts you in the position he put me in. If anyone demeans you in front of his unit, whatever his intent, your appropriate response is to put that person down. Hard. Out in the field, nothing will kill you faster than losing the respect of your team. Yep. By the way, Count Zero, I'm aware that it's more than a little ironic for me telling you this. After Monica's death, if you were the one who was dressing me down in front of Amsel and the rest. Well, anyway, I don't want to dwell on it. I just want to say I'm sorry for putting you in that position. Anyway, anything else, or can I get back to repping for our next run? Who was the boss? Metzger, the best leader I've ever had the pleasure of serving under. Her face clouds. He was a hell of a man. But he went down the rest of his team. Everyone but me. Who else was on the team? Fair enough. I guess you've earned it. There were 8 of us, 2 commander squads working together as a single unit. Schmidt and Lange were combat deckers. Wolf was our rigger and combat engineer. Fischer handled demolitions. Braun was a medic, and the rest of us, Metzger, Kruger, and myself, were weapons experts. I don't have etiquette security. Our mission was extraterritorial, technically illegal, but important enough to justify the risk. Then across the border into Poland. The Russian mafia had set up a cottage industry along the Oder-Dessern line. It was our job to disrupt it. So, I think I know the answer to that question. Which is, you're crossing international boundaries to do this, and you want to be somewhat deniable. And so, by using the military to do this instead of the GSG, the GSG, which is basically like, from what I just recall correctly, the German version of like the hostage rescue team, the API's HRT. You have that more deniability there if things go pear-shaped, and things went pear-shaped. We're a good team. Experienced, went through a lot together and chalked up a lot of kills. In our own way, I like to think we did some good. What happened, or can you tell? No, that's one story I'll be telling. They died, that's all you need to know. I'm dumb. I got some more exposition about your background. Miss Patacon, keep your paws off the keyboard. Later, good talk. And there's Miss Kitty, for those of you who are watching at home. Miss Patacon. If you're in the chat, say hello to the cat. That's probably rhymes somewhat. Cat Zero, need something? Thoughts on the last run? No striking the run one way or the other. Humanities is, of course, a horrible organization, but then was every target run against. To say that they deserved it would be redundant. That said, I will enjoy a certain sense of satisfaction thinking about Skull's head breaking apart. So there's that. Hello, Dariel. Yes, that is my cat, Miss Patacon. There's a reason why I have her in my channel picture. Everything still okay with you? You're about me, Cat Zero? I'm fine. Can you talk about the Chrome? Not just thing out of context. So give me answers, talk about your past. Let's talk about it. Why do you care? This team, I want to know what you came about the runners who are working with me. Not that we can talk, but we're doing it on my terms. Long story, long and ugly and cruel. Sure want to hear this. Please. Alright, start the beginning, not for you, for me. Might help me to say all this out loud. She takes a deep breath until it releases it. When she speaks, her voice comes out in a cool monotone. I lived in Stuttgart, nice enough place to blows. My parents worked as wage slaves for IFMU. I'm not familiar with them in the Shadowrun Corp thing. I own the Berlin source book, but I have a chance to sit down and read it in full. My mom was a good person. Once upon a time, my father was a decent person as well, but that's what my mom always told me, but I never knew him that way. Oh, I got a bad feeling about this. She pauses for a long moment. When she starts speaking again, some of the ice has fallen away from her voice. For the first time you met her, Glory sounds alive. That dad I knew was an old, damaged Euro War vet who'd been turned to hardline religion to make sense of the world. In Stuttgart, that meant the Ritter Christi or their fascist cousins, the Kreuzritters. My father chose the latter path. I figured as much. From the lead-in. As I remember hiding in my room, my father had his Kreuzritter brothers over for a prayer group. They would drink and get rowdy, then spend an hour or two riling themselves up with talk about heretics and the devil's work. Then go find some poor elf or dwarf, stomp the living shit out of him, and drown him in the Neckar. Ooh, so taking down the Humanis as a it's probably providing some personal closure there. Meanwhile, I'd be a little bit home with Mom, who would commiserate the event by drinking a bottle of wine and crying herself to sleep. I'm kind of leaning this way because, hey, I'm an elf. Come on, sentiment, believe me. I appreciate the thought. Anyway, aside from the fact that my dad and his buddies were a bunch of murderous assholes, life was pretty normal. I went to school, made friends, hung out with my mom, kid stuff. Then I turned 14 and everything went to shit. Glory talks, pauses, and swallowed hard. Ever so slightly, her cheeks flush red, then she looks self-conscious as if she's snapped out of a trance. As it came, the flush of emotion disappears, her voice frosts over. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm gonna lightly push, because I'm guessing where this is going, and also, if this is like anti-meta human, anti-awakened bigotry, I'm an elf. I can take it. Yes, it is. I'm not going to be able to get through this in one sitting. You need to understand that. Rather, I'm not going to be able to get through this in one sitting. You need to understand that. Okay. Let's get back to the job at hand. Indeed. I've got some room. Alright, so now that we've chatted with everybody, quick save my game. before we progress the story further, because I'm not sure if I'm getting cut off. Count Zero, welcome back. I have news for you. In your absence, I've been looking into Harfeld Manor. Whatever Flurishvinge is up to, both large-scale and well-funded. I discovered a bunny trail leading from offshore holding companies all over the world to an offshore fund with a dummy address. From there, all that freshly laundered money flows directly to the Harfeld estate. Actually, it makes perfect sense for the Dragonf investors. I mean, hey, Miss Kitty. Levites. I mean, after all, Lofweir runs a major corporation. How much are we talking about? Can't figure the exact figure. We're talking a lot of money, in the millions of Nuyen, most certainly. Whatever the Firewing is planning, she has access to all the resources she'll need to carry it out. That is true. She didn't scheme her plot. She was very impulsive. Though, on the other hand, having gotten, dropped in the last outing would lead to more caution. True, at the very least, this information helped establish where all that money is coming from. I'm going to be taking into this while you and the team tackle your next run. With luck, I'll have more information to share upon your return. Sounds good. One last thing. Violet was able to restore the readable surface of one of Green Winter's DVDs. If you'd like to take a look, you'll find it sitting beside the player. I will check it out. Very good. Violet's working on the DVDs from the bundle. Many of them are extremely damaged, and anything off of them is proving to be quite a chore. She'll be in touch if and when she makes any headway. Let's check out the new DVD. Load the DVD labeled Watch Me. Is this the one I saw before? Yep. Yeah, so this is one I saw last time. Second DVD. Track 1. 2054, 1111. Alright, since the last recording, I've been having problems finding hard facts on Flurishvinge, so I thought I'd open things up a bit. Let's see what the rumor mill has to say. Green jumps, and Winters appears in a different location. He's now clutching a mug of soy cap in both hands, and there are bags under his eyes. Well, that was enlightening. Assuming any of it is true, that is. So over the past 25 hours, I've been poking around some of the crazier fringe theories leading to dragons and the Sox. As a reminder, the Sox is an irradiated wasteland between France and Germany. It got zoned off in 08 after the Catalam-Gao reactor meltdown. Anyway, there are rumors floating around all over the place. There are stories about a walled city in there that operates on a survival of the fittest, kill-or-be-killed basis, sort of like a nightmare inversion of Germany. All of the anarchy, but none of the stability that the F-state provides. The radiation poisoning, cancer, and mana pollution are just the icing of the cake. Oh, that reminds me, in Shadowrun universe, nukes are bad news. Like, I mean, they're bad news anyway, but they're extra bad because they don't work the way they're supposed to. They don't detonate right, their blast radius is weird, and all sort of weird stuff happens in the after effect. It's like it rips a hole in the astral plane. Like, instead of detonating in the strictly detonating the physical world, like all that energy and destructive power gets pushed into the astral plane and then flushes back into our world. It's weird, and it's basically like, oh hey, if you thought nukes were bad before, hold my beer. So when Adrian helped the Luftwaffe shoot Flurishvinge down, she crashed into the Sox. That pretty much is well known. What isn't well known is all the modern day myths that ride around her sits, and tonight I've heard an earful. She had a girl who claims to be a ghost rat. That's a smuggler who operates in the Sox. She told me about a dragon cult called the Disciples of Cleaning Fire. Apparently these ghost cultists worship some sort of radioactive ghost dragon. Could be Flurishvinge, could be nothing. It's worth digging into all the same. Another little thing my little ghost rat told me. The pop ring of the Sox was Flurishvinge's astral form was, I guess you'd say, mutated from all that background radiation. Some of the glowpunks say that she's shed her body like an old coat. Others say that she's trapped, doomed to languish like an intangible radioactive ghost. I don't know how much credence to give to this. After all, I don't have any proof that my ghost rat is even a ghost rat. She could be, but then again, she could be one of the glowpunk. Or maybe she's yanking my chain and she's never been to the socks at all. Who knows? Well, if she's a smuggler who runs the socks, she's worked with people, and you could probably vet that whether or not she's actually a ghost rat through street contacts. So, well, it's what we thought anyway. I don't know whether the thought of some radioactive ghost dragon thing is scarier than a genuine fire dragon is, but it's interesting all the same. Now the big question is, will any of this get me any closer to finding Adrian? I'm going to go out on a limb and say no, but you can never tell. Oop, track 3, wrong one. The record does load, it's clearly corrupted, the screen fills a meaningless stream of text. Track 2. It goes blank, then Greenwood disappears on the screen. Day later. Alright, let's continue thinking outside the box. After the Dragonfall, the great dragon Kaltenstein came flying into the socks to rescue the fireman, but he was driven off, some say killed, by Loftveer and Nibelhair. So, what if there's another dragon involved in all of this? Winters grabs a thick leather-bound tome from a shelf, licks a finger and begins to leaf through it. Alright, so let's run down a list of all the major dragons that could be helping her. First, there's the Golden Worm, Loftveer, CEO of Cedar Krupp, and quite possibly the single most dangerous being on Earth. Loftveer is a local boy, so be in a position to help Flittersfinn. He certainly has a national capacity to help her. He could send a small army to the Socks if he wanted to. So he's definitely got the means, but I don't see how he got the motive. He actively prevented the Firewing's rescue back in 2012, after all. Same thing is true for Nibelhair, so let's scratch both of them off the list. He flips a page, frowning. We got Aiden, the Great Surush. He's operating out of Turkey. By all accounts, he's not a fan of Loftveer. They're actively competing for territory in the Middle East. So I suppose they'd be considered motive. Reviving the Firewing would cause more problems for the Golden Worm. But would he risk a war with Cedar Krupp by straying onto Loftveer's territory? Again, I don't think it's likely. There's Seladir out in Wales, but he's pretty invested in Transys Neuronets who got the money. But he's too busy dealing with the BTL killer scandal that Transys is going out throughout in London to get his hands dirty in the socks. Yeah, that is... oh, Ivy and Chrome? I want to say is the name of the adventure. Look at my door for a bit, I'm talking. Yeah, Ivy and Chrome, it's an adventure which covers set in London and the Tier. Or England and the UK and the Tier. So I believe that covers the BDL killer. Flip. Dunkel's on, out in the UCAS. No, he's busy running for president. No, he pauses, shakes his head. The seventh tome shut. No, this is a waste of time. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am. The Firewing is acting alone. Dragons don't cooperate unless they absolutely have to. Unless we are running into a situation of, like, for example, the mana count causing horrors to come in from the astral plane to screw things up on Earth. Or bug spirits setting up shop in Seattle and other major cities. Or that sort of thing. After all, why bother making nice when you're equals? We've got an entire planet full of pawns at your disposal. They need to work together, they have us to exploit. Track 4. Garbled, a few words in here, they're interspersed in a solid block of corrupted text. Valclair and still my big bro. Still searching for... I swear to Lian, I will find you. If it's the last thing I... old something. Addie, or added. Not getting any close. I swear to Ash or something. New research. Turning up. Don't know who. Corrupted being this assortment of ASCII characters. I wonder if that's ASCII art. Like we are literally looking at this the wrong way. 46. Screen goes black, and the digital chime you heard in the Dragonfall DVD plays again. The crackle of static fills the air, followed by the same enough mere electronic whine. 2 months later, the display goes live. Adrian Valclair. Valclair looks haggard. His eyes are heavily bagged and bloodshot. His hair is mussed. He holds a cigarette in a steady hand. Hermie, it's me. Can't sleep. I don't know where you are. I'm having fun, no doubt. Maybe flirting with those unattainable beauties you're already chasing. Tries to smile, but quickly disappears. Takes a drag and a cigarette. That's good. I want you to live a pleasant, normal life. After all, one of us should. Valclair rubs his eyes. I can still smell the smoke, Hermie. It's almost a year later. I can still taste the stench of burning corpses. When I sleep, I hear the sirens and the screams. There's no sound in this world as horrible as a burning victim's screams. The doctors call this PTSD, I'm sure. They come with therapy. Maybe dose you up in SSRIs like they do to our veteran soldiers. He chuckles and takes another drag. Quite a story for the tabloids. The great Dragon Slayer, Adrian Valclair. Mentally incapable of wrestling with his own demons. No. Well, therapy for me, it's no medication. I have a reputation to live up to, however poorly deserved it is, and however little I want it. Pause and slips out a cigarette. The dragon is still alive, Hermie. That I'm certain. One day, I will find her. Perhaps I'll be able to sleep through the night. Display goes black and the background whine fades away. A moment later, you find yourself deposited back at the menu screen. On that note, let's take a job. Hijack shipments. If you find a new hardware coming to the cruise bazaar, we need to talk. One of my weapon shipments was hijacked by a local gang. I can promise 500 new yen. If you can confirm shipment, I'll have new gear on the shelf. Come see me for the details. That's Gunari. Services. I'd like to arrange a meeting between you and one of our representatives. Find him at the cafe nearby. His name is Luca Dewar. We expect you to come alone. Go to the jobs directory. Castile. Bearer, here's your payment. Details. Client, deduction for crew salary, ammunition resupply costs, make deduction for Alice funds. Made up my personal cash. Route. Messages. Back. Alright, yep, previous notes. BBS. Manage safe house list. Sell that. Nope, drunk messages. Hoy, chummers, I could use your help. Every time I check the matrix these days, I'm flooded with junk mail. There's so much of it, I can't even see. Can anyone help me? Rolling thunder. Great. Another newbie who thinks he's on a tech support board. Ray Flag 44. Hey, stuff it. I wouldn't if I wouldn't ask, but I'm desperate. I can't deck like this. Alright. Oh, Laughing Bandit strikes again. That would be Harley. Alright, Thunder, calm down. Looks like an ad bot is keyed into your deck. Been poking around anywhere sketchy lately? I don't need details, just a simple yes or no will do. No, Bandit, I haven't been anywhere like that, I swear. Please help me. One Thunder. What you want to bet he gives some personal info to some scam site? I give you 10 to 1 odds. That's like 44. No, I don't think so. All I did was make an online dating profile. Let me guess. Meet and mate? How'd you guess? It's not a real thunder. It's a place where desperate people go to get infected with malware. What do I do? How do I make it stop? I don't know. Buy a new deck. Best of luck. Quote this thread. And Transys Highlander. Got one of these in a Transys Neuronet rep. Wanted to sell in my store, so I took the puppy for a test drive. Sync quality is insane. Makes for a huge difference in comfort decking fatigue. I can stay ejected for hours and feel fine. Last session I set a timer so I wouldn't forget to eat. The specs look impressive, but I'm an Allegiance man. Does the comfort really make that much of a difference? My decks are usually beaters anyway. Allegiance, we're doing that thing. Playing video games? Any serious host decking is going to require way more horsepower than the thing can push, even overclocked. Only a crappy decker blames their gear. I do just fine. Thanks. How much is Transys paying you to post this scheisse on here? Or post in this thread? Alright, let's fund. Okay. Jobs directory we got. Prototype extraction and pharma cleanup job. Amazon's Facebook's on the screen. Here you'll find a complete transcript of my conversation with Herr Fuchs, a prospective client. The job seemed relatively straightforward and the payout is reasonable. One word of caution before proceed. There are aspects of this run that you may find morally troubling. Make sure to read and understand the specifics of the job before accepting. If you do accept, you will be expected to carry out the requirements of the job in full. In the transcript, you may choose whether or not to accept the job. If you respond to the affirmative, our client will be notified, and I'll make all the necessary preparations for the run. Herr Amsel. Yes, I'm here. Who am I speaking? You may call me Herr Fuchs. Very well. Please describe the work you'd like to have done. Straight to the point. I like that very well. I would like to retain your team's services to clean up a mess. Go on. My employer has dispatched a team of operatives to conduct a quiet operation at a local Schering Pharma AG lab. Fortunately, they botched the job. The team was eliminated, but we have reasonable information that one of the operatives has been taken captive. As road agents were to spill information to my employers, it could lead to a corporate war. A great many lives could be lost. Employers would like nothing more than to prevent such a tragic turn of events. I see. And you wish to retain my team's services to tie up loose ends? Exactly. The captive operative is a brigger by the name of Thorvald Einstad. We need him neutralized before he can inform on us to his captors. As Einstad and his team have already put the facility on high alert, stealth will not be an option. The team will shoot its way in, eliminate Einstad, and exit the facility. An important enough task and well within my team's capabilities. What are you offering in terms of pay? 15,000. This offer is non-negotiable. Very well. I will pass this offer on to my team. Good. Very good. Good day, Herr Amsel. And dropped my stylus I was fidgeting with. So, we have that option. Check something on my end real quick. All right. Very combat heavy mission. So this one, I think I'm probably going to take side. If I do this one, I'm not going to take the regular team on it. And the mark for prototype extraction. Alright. So this one, the farmer cleanup job is an optional side quest. And the other one progresses the story. Ask about the drone. I do. Just fix. Just fix before we arrive. There's a complication though. What is it? The drone hasn't got an custom I/O stack on it. Someone wrote code that sits the bootloader and configures the drone only to accept command from a specific user. The thing works like a computer virus. There's no way to put it out unless you get another brain from this model of drone. Before you ask, yes, I looked into that. The problem is, it's a stolen corp drone. A discontinued model of a stolen corp drone. There's no parts for this thing on the market around here, so unless you know who locked this thing up so tightly, you're not going to get much more use out of it than a doorstop. Well, I'll ask around for its owner. Thanks. Alright. Well, if it's my job to keep the cruise bazaar running, then I'm gonna keep the cruise bazaar running. Missing shipment. No, there's a gang from the Marquettes have been hijacking shipments bound for cruise bazaar, taking money out of our pockets. I could use your help to stop this from happening. Dear departed, Monica used to provide encryption and space control for the cruise bazaar. Now that she's gone, we merged it and having no end of trouble. An obvious answer is a gang intercepting communications. What kind? Shipment manifest, payment orders, that sort of thing. Group with an agenda can use the information to set up an ambush, and that's what this gang's been doing. Several cargo trucks full of goods have already been hijacked en route to the cruise bazaar. Had a placking device placed in the last shipment I sent out. Containers full of weapons and medical devices. Sure enough, it got taken and tracked it to Gissenbrunnen. We've been there. It's an old Keys Badal, a U-Bahn station, and some old bunkers. Rumor has a new gang called the Rabengeister been holed up there. I suspect the two things are related. Need you to go to Gissenbrunnen, find the Rabengeister, and get our goods back. I know about them? Not much. They're tricky, have a reputation for stirring up trouble, and disappearing without a trace. How do I get there? The U-Bahn, the line still runs, not many people stop there anymore. The market here used to be something with tourist attraction, but I think they've fallen to hard times recently. I'll take care of it. Go in light, take in one friend, but no more than one. If you spook them, they could trash the merchandise. Best go quiet, best to assume where the trail goes cold. Okay, so this optional side quest. Give you some more cash. Boom. Just cover it. Good with it. And our penultimate goal, volunteer the data haven to acquire the Trode nets. Yes, can you help? Anything else? How's Alexander doing? He is adjusting with difficulty. Your friend Dietrich took a chance to sing his nephew to us. I'll do my best to justify his faith in me. Faith in me. Alright. It's Patica on your back. Save again. Alright. Let's deal with things in the cruise bazaar. Let's pick up Gennari's shipments. One runner. Alright. Just a second. Okay. Let's see if I know who I really need for this one. Okay, so it looks like this is a negotiation mission. Let's bring glory. My charisma is a little too low for this mission. I boosted my decking, but I also sacrificed my charisma in the process. How am I doing for... Did for gear. Actually... It's not smart like Mossberg, but it'll work. Oh, we're going to buy more freaking med packs. Oh, well. Hopefully I won't need it. How am I doing for karma? Okay. I'm going to do... Okay. Okay. Alright. So I need 3 charisma. We're at 4 charisma, okay. Ah, I misread. You only have 2 charisma, so I think I'm fine. But just in case I need the charisma, I have the charisma. No grow lights are making the planet alive. Almost no light from the surface makes it this far underground. Stairwell down seems to have completely collapsed. I actually keep putting that karma there, getting the cheap that karma, because then the next piece of karma I get can level up my Taki a little bit, charisma. That's far enough, friend. Older man raises his hand, squinting as you approach. To his left, an old orc shifts his weight, one hand resting casually on a pistol on his hip. Both are just what could be considered uniforms, but it's hard to tell for sure. Look at me a visitor down here these days, and you'll forget what you're saying, but you don't look like the type that usually comes through here. He looks fed, for one thing. The other man snorts. So what'd you bring down to Gussenbruggen, stranger? I have good charisma, and I will lie. The old man smiled slightly. Well, perhaps me a few years ago that was true. These days, well, it's a hard time all around, I suppose. You're welcome to go in, of course. Customers are always welcome. Oh, and Dr. Bourne, if you want to hear some good stories about the market back in its prime. We're always happy to share a tale or two. So watch your step on the ladder there. Someone's up because slippery and it's cold. Ask about the Robengeister. Gang, eh? Man looks over his shoulder and then back at you warily. After a moment, he steps slowly back in front of the entrance. No, we keep security pretty tight around here. If a gang like that was bringing stuff through here, we'd know about it. Look, me the only trouble getting back. Charisma. The thing about it, the market's closing pretty soon anyway. I had charisma 4, so I could pull off the lie. I can use charisma 3 here. Get through. Well, I suppose there's no harm in that. Throw yourself okay. If you're looking for a scene, cause a scene looking for this gang of yours, there's more to a little militia here than you wanted to mess with. Tuck my way out of a big firefight. You are parched. We'll see what we can do with that. Mainly before you ever build a nondescript dress, you think against a wood cabinet, reading a book as you approach. You looks up and cast arms in direction. Guten Tag. Name's Corin, friend. Can't say I've seen you around these parts. Just passing through or space. Gussenbruggen? Well, it's my home for one. We've a small bar set up over there. But of course, you want to know about the market. It'd be something to behold, my friend. One of the grandest markets in the city. You could buy nearly anything in these stalls for the right price. Real shame, but little by little, things slowed down. People stopped taking the subway line so much. Well, I guess it's the flux. Recently? Hey, friend, it's too bad. This place to be soaring with commerce, but now hardly anything passes through here, I'm afraid. Folks are here lucky enough to have a full meal by the end of the day. Trying for better soon. Yeah, me too. Worse though, most folks come through here looking for a moment of handout or steal what they can before disappearing down the line. Can I help? No thanks, sir, friend, but thank you for the gesture. He squints at you, looks thoughtful. Savor the story of Schinderhannes. Not so sure. Schinderhannes was an outlaw. As it go, back in Napoleonic days. See, Schinderhannes was a thief. A greedy one, if you believe the stories. He and his gang, they raided up and down the Rhine, stealing for themselves, but something happened. People in the Rhineland that were inspired by Schinderhannes. In time, they hailed him as a hero. He was stealing from the French, you see. He chuckles and continues. Something happened, something surprising, even Schinderhannes. I think because of this, perhaps he became the hero he wanted to be. Maybe he did something from stealing the rich and giving the poor. I don't know. The history books are confusing, to say the least. At most point is this, friend. I think it may be, if that people believe something to be true, it can change the truth of that thing. Maybe if the people here in Gussenbruggen have hope to believe in, then our fate will change as well. Till then, well, we continue on. You mean Robin Hood? Ah, no, you think. Those altogether a different tale, I assure you, much more romanticized. Nothing can help you with. Robin Geister? Certainly, it's been quite a tale in these parts of late. Hard to know anything, though. One rumor says they hijacked freight out of Frankfurt and Tor. The next, you hear about a sighting down in Alexanderplatz. Last... Well, just yesterday I heard someone claim they saw a member of the Rabbengeister speed by the U-Bahn tunnel, hanging to the side of a train car. Ha! He leans closer. Just between me and me, there's probably a gang called Surf Turf. Strange bunch of them. Yet they hook up on suction cups to their hands and feet. I guess they really like hitching rides on the U-Bahn trains? The music. Let the flood sing for you, though. Full of strange and unexpected. Catch you around. I want to quickly save. Before I accidentally say something that screws up the chatting. Back to Goldfish. The woman stares a bit at your approach, but she recovers quickly and beams at you. The fox on her face and her headdress seems to grin as well. Her classically nasal American accent is obvious. Hey, kiddo. Share a drink with me? You're buying? Awesome. Unfortunately, the opposite here. They got beer, homebrew gin, and schnapps. Pick your poison. I've been drinking gin and tonics. The tonic cuts out some of the gas flavor. I think they've been distilling in old propane tanks. Yick. Eek. Oh, I'll have one of those then. Sure thing, guy. He fills his tumbler full of cheap gin and dirty ice, splashes a bit of tonic in, and slides across the bar. A slight gasoline smell to it. Drink. Tonic covers the gasoline fate for the most part. It burns a bit going down. This one's Goldfish. What's yours? Count 0. Count 0? That's my bit. What are you doing in a place like this? Okay, with market? This is alcohol. Synthahol, ma'am. Whatever it is, I'll drink more to it. And more of it. So what do you hope to find out here? Robin Hood. Robin Geister, actually. Robin... Raven Ghosts? Might be anything in Gissenbrunnen. See, when everyone and everything down here is a ghost. Ghosts of the past, ghost trains, ghostly thin folks, pale for lack of sunlight. I need sunlight, too. I like to joke at photosynthesized, but it gives me so much energy. And these people don't have any more. Her expression goes stern for a moment as she stares into her empty gin and tonic. Maybe I'm down here long enough. Maybe I'm a ghost too. Alright, that's it, Fraulein. You're officially cut off. Your total is 36 new yen. Did buy something for my friend here? He's been talking with me for a bit and hasn't had anything. No, you're cut off. I don't want you even sipping out of it. Chill, chill, forgot I asked. Sorry I couldn't get you anything else, but thanks for being a pal. Moldy soy cakes. Map boundary over there. Surface exit has been welded shut. Probably an attempt to keep security tight. What you got? New exciting rare weapons. See what you got. So currently I have a Mossberg. Do you have a SMG not great. Anything you like? Not material interests me, but then again, I'm a professional, so try looking pistol. Exquisite, is it not? The work of a master craftsman used to live here. You'll find some of the finest slug thorns you find forged, so some of the finest slug thorns you find inside this side of the Atlantic. At that price, a steal. Not glued together. As I said, the work of a master craftsman. Any weapon made by any other would simply break after being fired. Okay, so this bad boy, I've actually looked this up in the FAQ. Like, this thing has like no chance of hitting, but if it hits, it is like almost certain to crit and will like wreck everyone. It is the Dan Hibiki of guns. Sure. I'm not going to keep it. It's going to get sent back to... Because we have to crack open, there's a restaurant shipping label on the side, mostly give one out, but the word Cruise Bazaar is still clearly visible. Huh. Hey, stranger, got a sale on today. Interested in some rations, salvage, some home remedies? Throughout the crate. No. Don't know anything about crates. Back up, it's just us here, friend. Okay, look, the rabbit guards came by stay, moved the rest of these bells, surprised and disappeared. Where they went? I mean, hey, gotta make a living, right? Look around here. Try to score? I'm grateful. Most people already sold most of it in less than a day. Most people around here are in need of real medical supplies. I've told you what I know, so we're cool, right? I don't know anything else. Never find them. Okay, okay. Meet them by the information kiosk on the far side of the market. That's where they appear. I don't know how they got there. Get there though, I swear. They don't use the front entrance. I know that much. I'll check it out. I'm not gonna extort you yet. Catman, guten Tag. See women's come here recently? No, I wouldn't notice that. Cool. Great, not part of the Cruise Bazaar shipment. Scuff marks. Well, more closely. Seen it in packaged away, but spot no clear mechanism for opening it. Ask around. Let's not force it yet. You go over at the bathroom. Areas to repair, water flowing out of the walls, and sagging pools on the tile floors. Maybe from here. And the decker walks up to a terminal. The information terminal, judging by the sign and current condition, is quite old. Starting life. History. Opened up on April 18th, 1930 at the final stop on the U8 line, designed by U-Bahn architect Alfred Grenadier. Construction of the line began in 1914 after Allgemeine, I can't pronounce that, sorry. But labor shortages in the First World War, but the project can hold for over a decade. The eventual completion of the opening of this home line between Neukölln and Gießenbrunn in 1930 represented a major step towards connecting Berlin's working class districts to the city center. World War II, many unfinished tunnels and stations along the U8 line were converted to air raid shelters, including parts of Gießenbrunn station. Following the war, the station also served as an emergency fallout shelter in the event of a nuclear attack. During the Cold War, the U8 line continued to run between the two between New Cologne and Gießen-Brunnen, taking under the wall and through parts of East Berlin. The train would skip all East Berlin station until it merged on the other side near Gießen-Brunnen. Union to operate, carrying 1,000 passengers at the Gießen-Brunnen station on a daily basis. Its former bunker, the station was transformed into a popular museum exhibit showing the history and development of Berlin's underworld. Please invite the information kiosk for current museum rates and hours of admittance. Information. Alright, so see if I can copy and paste this. Oh wait, say alright. H-I-D-E-R H-A-N-N-E-S. They're German Robin Hood. Welcome admin user, custom process initiated. You hear a loud click, it's the wall nearby slides away, revealing near bastards in darkness. That would be Schinderhannes' base. I don't want to start shit with you. If I can avoid it. Because I know you're in bad shape, particularly compared to the Cruise Bazaar. Same man you met in the market, but the friendliness is gone from his face and places a cold and wavering gaze. Just like the market, stranger. If the Rabengeist were to be found, we'd open a fucking cafe. Nobody want with us to your piece. How am I gonna put this? Back. Like, hey, I'm from the Cruise Bazaar. You stole our supplies. We would like them, please. I guess a little careless in that one. I figured with Monica Schaefer gone, the Cruise Bazaar would be an easy score. That's why you're here. We stole your supplies. Now you want them back? That about square. Upset yet. Oh, I completely understand, stranger. Believe me. But unfortunately, we need the supplies more than you do. So I hope to graciously decline your offer to relieve us of our property. I'm not going to shoot you in the face yet. I'm going to try to negotiate this fair. I can see things around your corn, but I also look out after my own keys, and that shipment belongs to us. Not from where I'm standing. Look, there's no need for bloodshed, I'll tell you what. It seems you know what it's like to look out for a keys like this. It's not easy, right? We provide for these people. Haul like that shipment keeps Gießen-Brunnen from going hungry just a little while longer. It's our home. These are our people. I expect you feel the same about the Cruise Bazaar. So I'm prepared to let you leave. Just like that, knowing a little secret here and everything. In return, all you need to do is walk away. Just walk away and forget this ever happened. What do you think? How about we let's make a deal. Listening. Ah! And my decking skill pays off here too. In the Cruise Bazaar, my friend Alto has a series of data taps established to monitor nearby communications. You return our shipment, we let you listen on those taps. I see. Listening offer, friend. They let us scope out some more lucrative heists around here. Assuming their taps are reliable. Checked them just the other day. Well, very well. It's worth the price of a crate of guns. Your medical supplies are mostly gone, I'm afraid. But the open shipments are being held to the locker at the Frankfurter Tor. I'll have been sent back to the Cruise Bazaar immediately. And those data taps? So hook them up with Altug. Well, well. Look around here. I suppose friends and enemies can be found in interesting ways here in the Flux. I'll be going now. So, talked my way out of the situation, and my being a decker got me a better resolution than just a big ol' honkin' firefight. So I'm gonna use an hour. It's coming up on 8. The next big run on the list is going to be a big ol' honkin' firefight. I already know that going in. Let's turn in the quest. Oh, I can't get you a beer. Or, I have this coffee sitting in my inventory and I can't... The game won't let me drink it. The Cruise Bazaar and report in. You emerge from the Gubon station and out in the familiar streets of the Cruise Bazaar. You enter here to start contrast the dreary, slowly drowning mood of Gessen-Brunnen. The Kreuzberg is an island of hope, still afloat amidst the dangerous current of the flux state, but it still wouldn't take much for it to capsize. It's time to find Gunsari and tell him the news. You've shown that you don't mess with us, but we can be merciful. We had a solution other than we shoot, then you steal from us, we shoot you in your freaking face. Alright. Dealt with. Not much to know already. The missing shipment arrived just before you did, though I barely caught a glimpse of those to deliver it. How were you able to manage that? I made an arrangement. Accomplish all this through diplomacy? Interesting. It is, well, it is not what I would have done. Perhaps it is for the best. We have to live with our neighbors here in the flux state. You scratch our back, I scratch yours. Make it clear that we can deal means that people are more likely to want to live with us as opposed to be afraid of us and look for ways to try and kill us in spectacular manners. Here's payment as promised, and should you need any new weapons, thanks to you I have some new merchandise available. See what you got. Do you have my shotgun in Smart Link? Oh, yes you do. Thank you kindly. And a few other things to sell. Because I have an extra Ares Predator with Smart Link. And this game doesn't let you go all John Woo on people. Hang on to the slapdash pistol. Don't need the machete. And I've out-leveled the Mossberg. Anything else I can spend money on, Sam? Alright, something else. And those are my party members. Here we go. Iger! Frag grenades or flashbangs? Let's boost the frag grenades. Alright, and you. Alright, so I've got electric. Do fire, let's do earth elemental. Earth elemental, I like earth elemental. Let's do the eye, cyberware augmentation. Upgrade one of your med kits. Alright, and before I go, Running out for any other side missions. I don't need to buy drugs from you, but I do need to try medical supplies from Triage. Alright. What you got, Dr. Xavier? Alright, you know, don't need cyberware. 3 basic med kit, 3 advanced med kits, and 1 basic, 1 standard trauma kit. Boom! Perfect. Alright, and next time I think what we'll do is deal with the, with that run gone bad that we gotta... Oh, actually I'll level up before I go. I do not... Alright, upgrade my intelligence because that way I can get my next deck. Ooh, actually yes, let's get that one because auto reload is my friend. Body further. My strength only boosted that much. And let's leave that for now. And next time we've got a run gone bad to investigate. So a minor little story mission here, but it's alright. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, please like and subscribe. Please make sure to hit the follow button or subscribe button and get notified for when I do my next stream on Twitch or Mixer or Smashcast or wherever else I do this. And check back at my Patreon at patreon.com/count0or. That's count ZEROOR. Patreon backers get to access my episodes of my edited live shows up to like a week in advance. It's live stream my weekly streams, but I'll show you my Let's Plays, my pros reviews, and all that other fun stuff. My regular reviews, like the one I did today with my recap of various, with my top 5, well, actually 6 things I want to see, my anime holy grails. Now that, well, we got Evangelion and a whole bunch of other great stuff relicensed this year. So, with all that done, what shall we do? I have a viewer. Let's share the love. Nash is streaming. Nash is good people. You be good people to Nash. Alright, let's see if I did that right. Maybe I didn't do that right. It was my first time doing this. /raid, not exclamation point raid. My bad. So say hello to Nash for me. Catch y'all later.